awkward position to dance. You have to like go in like this.
That's your fault, actually.
You can't just continue blaming me for everything. I'm just such a convenient scapegoat, aren't I?
Oh, okay, yeah, totally.
Wait, I don't even know your name.
What up, Casanova? Today we're going to be doing another quick little real-life footage infield breakdown. I'm going to be showing you a few clips from an interaction and just showing you how I approach a situation, navigate it, my mindsets, etc., etc. So this is the end of a night out in Toronto. It was filmed a few years ago, probably 2:30 a.m. We were just filming, we had just been filming at a club nearby, so people are leaving. So I just decided to approach this girl you're gonna see in a few moments that's, I guess, walking somewhere, maybe walking home or to grab a cab or whatever. Now, a few things, you know, girls at this time of the night are definitely have a higher arousal level, both emotional and physical. They've been partying all night long, you know, drinking, dancing, flirting with other guys, talking to their friends, right? Very high arousal level. But they've also typically dealt with a lot of bullshit, right? Drama, drunk guys, they're also tired, right? So you have to gauge the situation, and you also generally want to strike a very delicate balance between being intentful and, you know, showing them that, you know, you're interested and kind of laying it all on the line. And but also, you know, being more normal and not too obnoxious, you know, being empathetic, recognizing that they may need space, that they're tired, etc., etc. It's very easy to piss certain girls off at the end of a night because they're like, you know, I've had it. And, you know, there's a whole range of different scenarios that you can encounter, but just something generally to keep in mind. Also, my general mindset is you never know. Okay, you never know. This is not just at this time of the night, but in general. You never know. Just go see what happens. You know, the attitude is like, I wonder what will happen, as opposed to, I need something to happen. You know, it's like a very scientific, you know, fun, lighthearted approach. Like, I wonder what will happen.
What up, Casanova? On August 4th, we're finally releasing the free 4-part workshop leading up to the Honest Chemistry launch. In this workshop, I will teach you my unique perspective on dating and male-female chemistry and everything from creating sexual tension to an amazing connection, so you can finally build the kind of love life you want. All you have to do is click the link in the comments below and sign up for the VIP notification list to get access to the workshop, PDF lesson guides, and a free uncut infield bonus video. So go do that. Now let's get back to the video.
Also, I have a very friendly, loving, and comedic attitude towards life that I've talked about in other videos. And you see it in my interactions where, you know, I assume the world is a fun, loving, and lighthearted place, even though it has its conflict and even though it has all its hostilities and all that. But I see the beauty and the comedy in all it, as should you. And I take nothing personally. I take nothing personally, nor should you. It's never personal. It's never personal. It's never personal. So I'm just there to see what happens, to talk to some girls, see if I can click, and just kind of roll with it. And because this isn't the end of a night, you know, I am more on, you know, I'm more in flow, but that's not to say that you need to wait to reach that point. Okay, the idea is to start when you're not in flow, to build up the flow, to start in spite of not being in flow, even if you're kind of like rusty, and just mess up and own all of that, okay?
Excuse me, girl in the black shorts.
What's up?
No, you looked absolutely adorable, so I had to come say hi.
Literally, girl.
And hit on you.
Okay, hi.
Very blatantly on the most romantic street of all.
Of course.
And then we would just like dance away to Brazil. Oh, the cops are watching us. Be cool, be cool. We know you have a lot of cocaine on you.
So here you see me open in what I would call a direct fashion, meaning I directly, verbally let her know what's up, that I'm into her, that I'm hitting on her. So it's very clear from the beginning. Now, if we were inside a venue and she was just chilling somewhere, I wouldn't need to be direct. In fact, I discourage that. But because this is out, not only outside, but she's also walking somewhere, you don't want to, start walking beside her and being unclear in your agenda. That's gonna weird her out, put her on edge, especially because this is the end of a night. She's already dealt with a lot of bullshit. She's just gonna assume some drunk guy who's just being sketch, okay? So, bam, you let her know, and that kind of disarms her, that just like puts all the cards on the table, especially when you inject a little bit of humor as well. So it's good to just let her know up front. And then bam, notice I get physical right away. I spin her, and then I pull her in, and I just start dancing. Like no hesitation, just kind of fucking do it. Just bam, get physical. Because at this time of the night, since it's a high arousal, high stimulus environment, the woman can be very responsive to that from the very get-go. And if she isn't, and that can happen, she lets you know. So my general MO is attempt with conviction, attempt with conviction. If you attempt in some like weird, unconvincing way, that's gonna come off sketch, right? Because if you're not convinced in what you're doing, how could the girl be, right? So attempt with some level of conviction and maybe a tad, we say a tad of delusion, and then adjust if necessary. It's not the end of the world if she's like, oh, sorry, I'm not in the mood, or, oh, can you not touch me? Or sometimes it'll be something more subtle where like you can tell like she's not really in the mood. And that's okay. Don't let that like throw your whole game off and like weird, just continue. It's okay to make these calibration mistakes. But if you do that and it's responsive, it's a great way to set the right tone to the interaction, especially since it's the end of the night and you might want to try to take the girl home, because why not? And notice I'm not only sending an intentful tone to the interaction, but also a fun, adventurous tone to the interaction. So I adopt this, I'm painting a picture of us, I call it the we frame of us as this item already. And I'm saying, I thought I'd introduce myself, hit on you or something, and we can just dance the night away, or dance to Brazil, and then, oh shit, the cops are there, the cops are watching, and I'm just coming up with this shit on the flow because it's funny to me. It's a way for me to amuse myself, right? The cops are watching, oh, adventure, I'm like, be cool, which kind of puts me into this, I'm in control frame. I'm painting her as this bad girl who's got the cocaine, and I'm like, yo, be cool, let's hide from the cops. So I'm in control, I'm taking the lead. I'm also creating this like fun little adventurous, intriguing scenario, right? So it's a very flirtatious, seductive vibe to the dynamic, which when you couple that with intent, both in your words and in your actions, the fact that you're dancing, the fact that you're looking at her, when you couple those two, it's a very seductive combination.
Yeah, I do actually.
That is the most awkward position to dance. You have to like go in like this.
That's your fault, actually.
You can't just continue blaming me for everything. I'm just such a convenient scapegoat, aren't I?
Oh, okay, yeah, totally.
Wait, I don't even know your name, and we're dancing. Is this how you just seduce guys on the street?
You are very
Taylor?
smart. Very, very smart. I enjoy.
I'm Vadim.
I'm your what, sorry?
I'm Vadim.
Now notice, as we start dancing, I'm immediately like giving her feedback and correcting her, like, no, you can't dance like this, her hand was in some awkward position, so I corrected it. What does that do? Assumes a frame of familiarity. Like, we already know each other, I'm already giving her feedback, okay? Frame of familiarity. Assume you already know the girl, act as if you know the girl, okay? And as I'm giving her this feedback, it also puts me into the leader frame. He's the guy showing me, correcting me, adjusting me, okay? And then in continuing with this frame of familiarity or this, we dynamic, I'm like, you can't just continue blaming me, right? Continue blaming me assumes what? Assumes we have a history, assumes we're a couple, right? It exaggerates for dramatic effect, right? You can't just continue blaming me. I'm always this convenient scapegoat, right? It's really powerful when you assume and set this frame of you and the girl are already an item and you're like already like bickering about some stuff, you know? So really cool stuff. And then to add to that, I kind of make light of the whole thing. I make light of the fact that it's gotten so intimate so quickly. You know, I'm like, wait a second, I don't even know your name. We're already dancing, I don't even know your name. So I'm signaling that I recognize that this is all kind of fast, but I'm making fun of it. I'm making fun of how quickly it all happened. And ooh, this is so crazy, right? I'm also flipping the script. I'm framing her as the aggressor. It's like, is this what you always do? You always just seduce guys in the street like this? Okay, so this is really cool. You can start off the interaction with this kind of vibe. You know, you don't want to continue this for too long, and you'll see very soon that, you know, I tone it down. But also, you don't have to open like this. You don't have to initiate the interaction in the same way. The only thing I'd recommend is being direct. If she's walking, being direct and letting her know immediately what's up and trying to stop her. But then you could really say whatever. But you do want to have that flirtatious, direct vibe from the get-go to hook her, to set the right tone, to be like, all right, this guy is hitting on me. He's doing it tastefully, but he's hitting on me, okay? It's not some sketch shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on, okay? Girls don't like that.
Okay, like, I mean, I'm agnostic, but like my family grew up Jewish and also Christian, but like I'm agnostic because fuck that, seriously.
Green eyes?
Blue.
Blue.
Yeah. Yours are green.
Mine are green. That for
Nice to
symmetry.
meet you.
Why are there so many cops here?
I asked actually because I'm very curious, being Jewish, I guess. And they're like, well, I don't know.
I still like you.
We're both curious. So, and I was like, and he said, oh, there's lots of drunks out here. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, curious girl. I'm like, yeah.
So a few things worth mentioning here. We're having a quasi-normal conversation. She's telling me how she was raised both Christian and Jewish. And at some point I just kind of cut the thread. I'm just like, are your eyes green or blue, right? So first of all, you don't have to continue talking about something. This is a light, fluffy conversation at the end of the night out. It's kind of fast paced. It's not like you're being rude, but we've already talked about that for some time. You don't have to continue with that thread until it completely loses its momentum, right? So if you feel like something else in the moment, you know, mention it. And this communicates that you're setting the pace, you're setting the tone, you're taking the lead, you're doing things on your own terms. Again, not to prove some kind of a point. You'll see some guys out there that'll go out of their way to do something like this just to, like, you know, set some like power dynamic. This isn't supposed to be done to make a point. It's supposed to be done just because you feel like it in the moment and it just feels right. Like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Oh, hey, you know, look at that plant. Oh, hey, look at that cop car. Oh, hey, are your eyes green? You know, they caught my eye. Are your eyes green? So it's very organic. And notice after we've danced, I'm still standing there holding both her hands. I'm making stronger eye contact. You know, it's still more intentful, and this puts more pressure on the girl. And again, it's good to do that for some period of time at the beginning or whatever other stages of the interaction, but you need to stop and release the tension at some point, which is what you see me do. I let go of her hand, I turn my body away, and I change topics to something casual, from her eyes and being mesmerized by her green eyes, you know, to like, oh, so what's going on with the cops, blah, 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 right? And I'm just like facing the environment.
There are a lot of rich Jews, and I hate
In
them all.
Winnipeg?
Yeah.
So wait, you're here for how long?
Till Monday.
Till Monday.
Yep, then I'm going home.
So our friendship will be very short-lived.
It will be this short-lived.
Very short-lived.
Yeah, my sister's actually in there trying to hook up with a boy, so I'm gonna go home
In where?
and sleep in the bar that I was just in.
So here you see me walking with her, essentially leading her. I had told her earlier that I wanted to go grab some coconut water in the neighborhood at some convenience store nearby, and that she should join me. It's rare that you're just going to, you know, meet a girl and within 5 minutes you're going to be pulling her into a cab and going home with her. It's possible, but it's rare, right? That's a big commitment. So what you want to do is you want to propose something that's lower commitment, baby step her into it, so that you and her could kind of bond as you walk somewhere. She gets more comfortable around you. Now, the circumstances were such that I had to start walking. She was saying that she had to go in that direction anyway to, I forget, it was either public transport or she was just walking home. The point is, it just made more sense not to stay there and build more rapport, more comfort where I met her, but to walk instead, which also gave me an opportunity to lead. Remember, my general instruction is convey intent, make it relatable, lead, and escalate. Escalate the level of perceived intent, okay? So convey intent, IRLE. Intent, make it relatable, lead, and then escalate the perceived level of intent. So I'm leading, I'm trying to see where this can go, and simultaneously what I'm doing is I'm figuring out her logistics, right? She mentioned earlier that she was from another town, that she was in town for, well, actually, I'm trying to figure out how many days she's in town for, and wanted to know, you know, what's up tonight, etc. So she tells me.
I got it from an Argentine guy in Israel, actually.
Did you go to Birthright?
Yeah.
Me too! Awesome! See, Jews unite.
You are pretty awesome.
Except that you don't have a Hebrew name, so we can't be friends.
I
Just
don't.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, in case I couldn't pick up on that
Sorry,
subtle
what
sarcasm.
was your name again?
Vadim.
Vadim. That's a hard one to remember. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Vadim. Russian Jew. Nice to meet you.
You know what we should do then? We should meet up. What's tomorrow? Sunday?
Sunday.
So we have like a day to meet up? It's like very little time.
It's very little time.
So here we're chatting, and you see her kind of disqualify me, which is pretty good flirting technique. You know, it's like, we can't be friends because you don't have a Hebrew name. But then she immediately rushes and says, just joking, just joking, just joking. Which, I mean, it's good that it shows that, you know, she's into me and she's being flirtatious. But this is a great example of what you shouldn't do. You should not, you know, disqualify the girl, tease her, whatever, and then immediately jump in and just break the tension, right? Especially when it's so obvious that you're joking, which is why I had to kind of jab her after that and be like, oh, right, in case I couldn't pick up on your subtle, not so subtle sarcasm. So, you know, just disqualify and just let it be, right? Or it'll just completely destroy the sexual tension, okay, and your attractiveness in her eyes. And then you see me propose that we meet the day after, the following day, because I had gauged earlier in the interaction that there was no way anything further could happen tonight. So I'm planting a seed for the following day. She's only in town for another couple of days. And in these kind of situations, when the girl's only in town for like a few more days, or if you're in town somewhere for only a few more days, try to make concrete plans in person, like while you're there. Okay, don't just get her contact info, but try to make plans, because there's not much time left. And if you just leave it on some kind of vague terms, like, yeah, I'll text you, you know, then, you know, it's very likely she's gonna just make some kind of plans, right? And with this girl, like there was a bunch of stuff going on. She had a lot of like plans with friends and family. So I was just like, all right, let's try to play it by ear. Okay, it was kind of tricky, but the point is, don't leave it on a vague note. make the plans as real as possible in her head then and there. And then as we're talking about this, I just casually go for the makeout, right? I love doing that. I love going for makeouts at like a random, almost awkward moment, but it's not necessarily awkward. But some might say it's kind of an inopportune moment. But that's the beauty of it. You know, you do things on your own terms, okay? And I love to just kind of catch a girl on guard and just to go for the makeout like it's the most casual thing in the world. This reaffirms the frame of familiarity. It's like, yeah, we're just making plans. We're talking about the weather. Boom, I just go for the makeout, and then I just continue where we left off. Yeah, so it's a shame you're not gonna, be in town for more than a couple of days. It just makes her feel more comfortable with you, you know? It's not to say that you can't have moments where, you pause after the makeout, maybe look her in the eyes and be like, you know what, you're fucking cool, all right? Or some kind of a compliment or whatever, but you don't need to make it a big deal this early on. There's already kind of enough pressure and sexual tension that's been building up. So it's like, boom, casual makeout, casually continue talking about our plans. So I want you to try that. I want you to just make out at random moments on your own terms when you're like walking with the girl and you're just mid-conversation and you just like randomly just like interrupt it, just like pause, kind of pull her towards you and just go for a makeout or like push her towards a wall or whatever. Yeah, do it. It'll be so exhilarating, and women, they love it. They love being caught off guard. Like, wow, this guy just fucking just went for it. We were just talking about fucking the political situation, and then bam, he just went for it. And then we just continued.
You have a Blackberry? Who has a Blackberry?
I have a Blackberry.
No one has a Blackberry.
Touch the keyboard, it's really sexy.
No, that's weird.
Just touch it.
No. Okay. You have a weird phone.
So here you see her tease me. She teases me about having a Blackberry, and I'm just like super nonchalant about it because I genuinely don't give a fuck. If I like something, if I believe in something, if I stand for something, if I prefer something, that's it. Other people's opinions don't really matter. I mean, I'll take them into account if it's something constructive that I should think about. But if someone's just teasing, especially if it's in good humor, like with her, oh, you have a Blackberry. It was a phone that I liked for the operating system, for the keyboard. So I'm like, fuck it, I just kind of go with it. I even kind of try to push her into it, seduce her with the keyboard. Hey, just touch the keyboard, girl. Just touch the keyboard. All right, so don't get weird if the girl makes fun of something. If anything, it's a good sign. Similarly, when she finds the nudes, I also continue acting pretty like cool, casual, nonchalant. I'm a very open guy. I'm honest. I'm not gonna try to like, unnecessarily hide things. I'm not gonna be unnecessarily transparent. I'm not gonna go out of my way to start explaining the details of the situation, okay? I mean, maybe if she was curious and she asked, maybe I would have said. I think at the time I was seeing some girl, it was some open thing or a long distance thing, or maybe it might have been just something casual with some other girl. It doesn't matter. The point is that I'm telling her, look, there's no girlfriend, and I'm kind of logically trying to put things into perspective for her. Like, well, why can't I have some nudes in my phone? What if it was just some girl that I've been recently seeing? Why does it have to be a girlfriend? So I'm having fun with it. I'm being cool about it. Don't start getting all weird and like going out of your way to like explain, You're gonna come off sketchy. You're gonna come off as some kind of a fuck boy who can't own his situation, okay? Who can't communicate honestly about what he wants, etc., etc. You can even say shit like, oh shit, busted. you know, or ask her how she feels about nudes. You know, do you send tasteful nudes? I bet you do. Okay, do you make sure you get the good lighting and the angle, because that's key. That's key. Do you wear like tasteful lingerie or underwear? I don't like it when girls wear, you know, like if they're like on the paler side and they wear beige underwear or something light. You know, you need contrast, right? You need like red or black. That'd be hot. But anyway, let's we're not there yet. We're not there yet. You know, let's exchange a few innocent texts first. Okay, so you can take it in a few different directions. Just don't get weird about it.
All right, what is it?
1204. That's an area code.
Yeah, I got you.
470.
Bye.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Vadim.
Likewise. All right, I'll shoot you a text. We'll see.
Bella Jew. I like it.
Bye.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts, questions, concerns, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell and sign up for that online 4-video chemistry workshop dropping August 4th. Link in the description below. Go do that. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.